Hey everybody, it's Kelly O'Black with this week's Stash It Monday video. I'm digging deep into my October afternoon stash here. I'm showing you some of the things that I'm thinking about using. The first thing I'm going to do is take that picture and I'm going to back that with that red polka dot paper there. That is from October Afternoon Sidewalks in the Red Rover paper, and that came from 2011. So Sidewalks is a really old collection. I was very glad to be able to use that up, or at least part of that piece of paper up. Everything on this layout is going to be from October Afternoon except for one small piece, so I will tell you where that changes. So what I did here is I took that cloud paper, and that is from the Summertime collection. It's the Puffy Clouds. That's from 2015. And I cut a little bit off of each side there. Then I'm going to back it on that green triangle paper, and that is from the Girl Talk collection. It's the Whisper paper from 2013. Now I think October Afternoon just calls to be inked, or the edges call to be inked anytime that I use it. It's very vintage feeling to me, even some of the newer, quote, newer lines from like 2013, 2015. So I'm using my Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink, Distress ink there. And I'm using that green paper there because I wanted to bring out the fact that they're planting things here. And I think that did kind of a nice job with that. And then they're outside, so that's why I used the cloud and sun paper. And then to bring all the separate colors together, the red, the turquoisey blue, and the green, I grabbed this plaid paper from the 9 to 5 collection, and that's the dictation paper from 2012. And what that does is the blue or turquoise, the green and the red appear in that plaid paper. So it really just helps join everything together, and it helps the layout be a little bit more cohesive, even though every one of those pieces of paper is from a different October Afternoon collection. I was thinking about using that cut apart, that gray cut apart there, but I didn't like it once I put it on the page. So I did grab that journaling spot there. And that is from the Summertime collection. It's the memory cards, and again, that's 2015. I found that little tab piece there, that green tab piece. That came from the Daily Flash Summertime collection, the Double Take stickers from 2015. And now I have these puffy stickers, these puffy cloud stickers. That is also from Summertime, and it's the Pillow Puffs. So I had those left, and I had strawberries left mostly, and I'm going to get them on this layout. All right, now here's the one piece that is not from October Afternoon. I'm looking at these brads, and that brad is the Simple Stories Summer Days Decorative Brads. Those are from 2017, so they're just from last year. They're not that old, but I pulled my summer stash Simple Stories because I knew that it had embellishments in it, and I knew I was probably going to be light on more summer themed embellishments from October Afternoon just because I've used up most of the summer stuff that I had. So that was nice to get a brad on there, and that's that little cloud with the heart, and I thought that was cute because it gives some more dimension. You know, there's the flat clouds on the paper, there's the puffy clouds, that kind of enameled clouds, and then the cloud brad. Now I'm just going through, these are my miscellaneous die cuts from October Afternoon. I have thrown them all together because I kept looking for them, and I'd have to go through 10 different envelopes as I was keeping them by collection, just because you know, it was hard. I wanted to look at all the red, I guess, at one time instead of looking through all the different envelopes. So these are all from miscellaneous time. So if you want to do this, get out your October Afternoon die cuts and find a red one or a blue one or whatever it is and do it that way. I don't mind going through papers and embellishments because I don't have that much left, but I have a lot of these, obviously, die cuts. And that way I see possibility there, I guess, when I have them all together. So I am grabbing that, I grabbed that green die cut up there that says, it's the date and location, and then I have that other die cut there that says fresh today. And then on the bottom, I have that other die cut that says remember this, and then that kind of turquoise square journaling die cut. And that's bringing colors again from the plaid. And there's a pretty prominent orange stripe in that plaid paper on the right side, and that wasn't appearing in any of my other papers. So I decided to bring that in just because this is a, you know, it's a fun layout, a summertime layout. That's my daughter-in-law and my middle grandchild, and they are planting. So she posted this photo on Facebook. I steal photos from there all the time, and my stepson and daughter-in-law know that. And she called him her little green thumb in training. So I just thought that would be a cute title for this. And that's another reason, by the way, that I wanted to put in the green card there as well. And they did actually plant strawberries as part of their garden this year. So that was kind of a cool thing that I was able to get a strawberry card there. All right, so now I'm just going through and poking the hole with my little poker tool that I can't remember the name for. There are people, I think Nancy Sinclair calls it a pokey tool anyway. So now I'm just getting things down. I'm being a little fussy with this because I don't want to see certain edges of that cloud, and where I had it, it was getting a little bit close to the photo for my liking. It was also a little even with the bottom clouds. I wanted it more in the middle. So I actually have kind of 4 areas of embellishment here, but once I put the title between, I'm going to end up putting the title on the bottom. Once I do that, it'll be like a big area of embellishment along the bottom of the photo, and then an area by the sun and an area on the top. So I just like how I've got lots of layers here, layers of paper, layers of embellishments, and then different textures because I'm using the brad and the enamel puffy stickers and then the die cuts here. So I added those 2 strawberry stickers. I had 3 left, so that was pretty serendipitous, and then 1 on the top. I almost added only 2, and then I thought, oh, this is ridiculous. Use the other one up. So I did that. And then I didn't quite like the position of where that cloud brad was sitting. I wanted it touching like a little bit lower on the cloud so you can see more of that cloud on the paper. All right, so I'm just looking through to see if I can find any other embellishments. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm not loving the piece of the cloud that you can see to the left of that Fresh Today right there. So I found that orange label sticker, and that came from the Summertime Little Labels. And again, Summertime is a 2015 collection, so yay for 3 years old, things that are 3 years old getting on a layout. So I actually kind of put it partway off the page there. Now there is one little thing. There was a puffy sticker on that sticker sheet that the clouds came from that said Adventure, and it was green. And you're not going to see me put it on because I realized afterwards that it was there as I was putting things away, and decided to add that to this layout because it brings a little bit more green to the bottom where there is a fair amount of green. And then it also, it adds another texture, and frankly, I used one more thing up. And this is kind of an adventure for him. It's the first year he's helped plant the garden, so I thought that was a pretty cool sort of use of this. All right, so then, since I have so many of these mini markets, and Little Green Thumb is a fairly big title, I thought I would use the mini markets. And so those mini markets are the Green and Cream mini markets. I can't tell you what collection that they're from. I didn't start writing. I did write some of the collections on my letters, but I didn't do that till after I'd purchased quite a few of them. So I need to use up the mini markets. I still have a lot of them left, and I do use them on a fairly frequent basis. So at first I thought I was going to put the Little Green Thumb up on top there. And I didn't like how the green was separated from the green of the Sweet Summertime because there's so much of it. I thought that green there makes a really beautiful grounding element just because you really look at this and you really see that green. On top, it was almost separating and telling another story, whereas the green of that tag, because it is smaller, just sort of blends and it works in with the photo cluster. I think that's the best way to explain why I decided to do this. It was a really nice way to ground the photo. And then again, as I said before, now it joins the clouds and the cluster with all of the journaling card there. So everything kind of makes sense and has a reason for being. So I am just about done here. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Hope you guys are all well, and we will be back with another video soon. Bye.